Hey everybody, 3 surprising things that you will find at your hardware store that you may not normally expect. Well, first of all, I'm here at our local Home Depot store, and I want to tell you, I have been greeted by probably about 6 different people, each asking me if I have found what I'm after, if I'm getting what I need, helping direct me. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is actually really a nice surprise because oftentimes you'll come into certain stores and you can barely find anybody. But this is a store locally that has really embraced customer service. As a matter of fact, here comes another gentleman, and I bet he's going to ask me if I can be helped. But no, I've got everything I need. Thank you very much. So 3 things that I think you might find surprising at your local hardware store that you may or may not know about, and I think it's really important, especially this time of year. First of all, one of the things I want to share with you is, I don't know about you, but we are finding a lot of little critters that are coming out. And so there are 2 products that were actually introduced to me by another gentleman that lived in a country. And what it is that he was finding that he was being inundated with skunks and with raccoons. And I don't know about you, but it just seems like right now, maybe because of the fact that it's baby season for all of the animals that are out there because of the spring, but I'm seeing a lot of raccoons, and I'm also seeing some skunks, unfortunately, that are dying on the road. But at the same time, I'm also having different clients talk about how their yards are being inundated with gophers and ground squirrels and things like that. Well, one of the things you can do is, if you take this in the garden aisle, this is where it is. It's called Ritter, but there's also others that are different brands. But drop it down where the squirrel holes are. They do not like the smell of this, and they actually will take away from it. As a matter of fact, the way I found out about this is that we had a family of 6 skunks at one of the properties that we were managing as a property management company, and I was terrified because they had young children. They didn't want to go out in the yard. They didn't want their pets to go out in the backyard. And so we were like, what do we do with these things? And local companies don't necessarily trap them. So we were researching and contacting different places, and quite honestly, it got to be quite expensive. So my client actually told me about this, and that's one of the things that we put out there. Guess what? Skunks were gone. So again, this is a great resource and tool. The other thing I want to point out is that if you're in a position to where you have to change out your faucets and things like that, one of the things I'm going to point out on this is that they will reference, because California now has the low flow initiative and everything. So if you look at this, it says 1.8 gallons, okay? This is what you wanted to see, and that will actually signify low flow. So as you're going forward and trying to change out your fixtures and items like that, if you look for your low flow toilets, if you look for your low flow shower fixtures and stuff like that, and here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. Keep the packaging, and the reason that is because it's not often marked on faucets, and that way you can actually show somebody that this is truly a low flow. Last thing I want to mention is that whenever you go to sell a property, or even if you're going to property management, they require that you have certain locations where smoke detectors are, and also where carbon monoxide testers are. So if you have a 2-story, you have to have a carbon monoxide tester at each location. If you have a 3-story, even if it's tri-level, as far as just a landing, you're still supposed to have this carbon monoxide tester at all 3 levels. Well, you can buy them in contractor packs if you want. So this is a contractor pack, and by doing that, you end up getting and spending less money. The other thing is that you're supposed to have smoke detectors in each of the bedrooms. So you can actually get smoke detector packs that are in larger packs here. So like this one here is a 4-pack, and that way it saves you money there, and all 4 look the same, and all 4 have the same date and things like that. The smoke detectors and carbon monoxide testers are now supposed to be 10 years. The other thing too is that if you have hardwired smoke detectors, these are smoke detectors that actually have a battery backup that are hardwired, then you're required to actually replace them with the hardwired backup. So this particular smoke detector setup has multiple different adapters, so that way you can actually hardwire it to actually fit the smoke detector itself. And it's not something that you have to cut the wires and have an electrician do. As a matter of fact, I was just at a rental today, and we changed this out very, very easily. All we did was we took the wire nut and disconnected the wire, and then what we did is we actually took the wires that were in this particular pack. As a matter of fact, I'm here to replace the one that we put in, that we took the wires that were in this pack and just hardwired it to that with a wire nut. So it was actually a very, very quick, very simple, easy fix, and that way we were able to stay in compliant. And it is a 10-year. If you see it says 10 years, that is something that as you're doing stuff, you want to make sure that you put the 10-year in and mark when that 10 years at. That way the smoke detector is not likely to go off at 3 a.m. in the morning, at least for the first 10 years. So this is called Krista. These are 3 simple, easy things that you may not think about in your, oh, I forgot the last one. I'm sorry. Last one. Believe it or not, you can get packing boxes at a lot of your hardware stores. I almost forgot this one. So it's really, that box there was only 99 cents, and it saves you a quick trip to the store. Whether you're doing this for moving, or whether you're doing it for storing, or whether or not you're doing it for sorting, sometimes trying to find boxes that have a good size and good substance is really kind of a little bit of a challenge. So if you invest in a little bit of time and money and energy, it saves you a lot more time, money, and energy just by coming to your local hardware store. So those are 3 quick things that you can pick up. You can pick up your smoke detectors, carbon monoxide testers, you can pick up the boxes, you can pick up the Ritter stuff, and actually, oh, I guess I said 4. The 4th one is that if you need to change something out to be low flow, you can get your low flow items here. As always, I hope this is helpful. If you need additional direction, please don't hesitate to send an email or make a phone call. We're Call Krista at OIC Homes, and we're here to help you see your dreams come true. If you need to, just email me, callkrista@gmail.com. That's call with a C, Krista with a K @gmail.com. It's active here, but you know what? This is wonderful. Come join the party, get your supplies. If you need help, this Home Depot definitely has customer service. As always, have an amazingly blessed day. Bye.